Good day everyone, especially to our professor in EDMA 506, Personnel Management in Education, Ma'am Gina Galbo, and to all my co-masteran out there. Good day! So before anything else, let me introduce myself first. I am Rina Bibernas from Tapon Obay, Bohol, and currently connected at Pedro Obernales National High School, Obay 1 District. So much for that. Let us proceed to our new topic, which all about lesson 3, the appointments and other personal actions, specifically the submission, approval, or disapproval of appointments. Now, I would be discussing and sharing to you the 2017 Omnibus Rules on Appointments and Other Human Resource Actions that was revised last July 2018 by the Civil Service Commission, or CSC. So while I was doing my research in this topic, I got to learn why DepEd followed the CSC or all the CSC resolutions. So it's because Civil Service Commission or the CSC will assess the maturity level of an agency's competencies, systems, and practices in 4 HR or human resource systems. Followings are first, recruitment, selection, and placement, learning and development. Third one is performance management, and the last one is rewards and recognition. All the government agencies, dili lang ang DepEd, also follow the CSC. Even the government hospitals and government agencies, especially the LGU employees, including some of the private organizations that is accredited to the CSC, because CSC is a central personnel agency of the government. That is why the Civil Service Commission is the one and will be the one that will approve all our appointments. That was just a short introduction why Ma'am Galbo advised us to refer on CSC. And so let us proceed to the objectives of today's topic. So first is to identify the requirements for regular appointments. Next is to understand the disapproval and approval of appointments. And the last is to be aware of the grounds of disapproval and approval of appointments. So we will be learning the different requirements of appointments. What are the following grounds of disapproval appointments? Since most of us are already in the public school and soon others may be promoted or baka mo na mo appoint, diba? Sana all. And to those who are still applying in DepEd, I guess this topic is very important for all of us because we should be involved in our administration, in our school personnel management. So this CSC, or the Civil Service Commission, Republic of the Philippines Omnibus Rules on Appointments and Other Human Resource Action, composed of 17 rules and 143 sections. So do not worry, I will not be discussing all of these notes. Sa una lang magtantag ugma. I will just highlight the topic which is of course given to me. So if matinga mo nga nung maglukso-lukso tag rules or sections pa karon, please just be aware that I just focus on articles and sections and other provisions which are relevant to submission, approval, and disapproval of appointments. And for future references too, I will send the link or the downloaded 2017 Omnibus Rules on Appointments to our GC. Okay, so mag-start na dyan ta. So, this is rule number 1, the general policies on appointments. Section 1, the state shall ensure and promote the constitutional mandate that appointments in the civil service shall be made only according to merit and fitness. Merit and fitness shall be determined as far as practicable by competitive examinations. Of course, if you are eligible enough in the position, mentioned diba sa latong last nga topic, like you had undergone the interview, teaching demo, skills, demo, and of course, na-appeal ka sa RQA or the Registry of Qualified Applicants, plus there is a vacant position that is destined for you, imuha jud na kay destiny. I know that with experience from being applicant tanan no, sa DepEd na batang tanan or na-hire na batang tanan or naapa man siguro wala, pero I also know that maybe one of these days you will experience o kitang naana sa field, nakaagisad from an applicant to having a recommendation and getting our appointment nga murag maoy ticket padung langit este the very important paper of being in a DepEd teacher jud nga bisag nagbagyo mao gyud una na tong gipangita mo atong ginauna isip isa ka maestra. Whereas pag-udat, pag-abot ako sa balagi kan mi nang evacuate mo siya akong unang gipangita. And good thing kay nakita jud nako in town ng akong appointment because we've experienced so much just to have this our so-called appointment. Tinuod or tinuod? Tinuod jud. So karon, let us learn more about the appointment, specifically the disapproval and approval of appointment. Okay, so let's proceed to rule number 2, the requirements for regular appointments. So section 4, we have two common requirements for regular appointments to be submitted by regulated and accredited or deregulated agencies to the Civil Service Commission Field Office or CSC-FO. So there are two agencies, the regulated agencies, mauni kasagaran ang government agencies, and deregulated or accredited agencies are mostly private agencies. And since these two have similar requirements and DepEd is under regulated agencies, I will be sharing to all of you the common requirements for regulated agencies. So, mo ni ang regulated agencies. Let us reminisce features during our time before tayo na DepEd, no? Kadumdum pa baka tas mga requirements. And soon pohon pa jud if ever we will become a school head or mo-transfer or magpa-reclass or magpa-promota, let us be aware of the following requirements to be compiled kay mubalik man tagpasa ani nila. So first is the electronic file or the e-file or CS Form Number 1 Revised 2018. So e-file to be sent by the agency, and for backup files, we have GO di bauna after is the original appointment na jud ang ato ang makuha. And then, of course, the 3 original copies of appointment or the CS Form Number 33A or the Revised 2018. This 3 copies for 1 for employee, ikaduha sa CSC copy, and ikatulo for the agency copy. So, third is the PDS or the CS Form Number 212 Revised 2017. So, very familiar yun ni. Kapila ka na sayop og fill up. Ani, ako ready ay murag 5 jud ko nag-fill up ato guys. I may go master ato nga time. And then the letter D is the original copy of the authenticated certificate of eligibility, ratings, or license. So, dapat should original copies of eligibility since teacher man ta, we have the LET from PRC, the valid professional license or PRC ID, as well as our katong green nga rating, di ba? Kay nung dumuog na dito gato ang rating sa Proof Ed, sa atong major o sa Gen Ed. So katong certification where our rating for each field no mo lagi to og sa elementary ra kay Gen Ed ra ilaha og Proof Ed. Yes, that's it. Okay, so let's continue. Letter A, the PDF or the position description form. Isa ra ba ni ka mga bantayanan kay ang gihatag sa CSC blank form ra siya, but the DepEd Bohol our division has modified ilang gifill upan daan kay mao ra ba ni sige po kasayop aside from the PDS lagi. So naay nakabutang adto sa mga necessary information nga kinahanglan fill upan. Ang bantayanan lang is basin dili mao ang ilang mahatag for your appointment pareha sa akong kaila. His appointment is supposed to be junior high school, but upon claiming his katubitang a temporary appointment, dito na nahibaw-an nga ang iyang PDF DI is for senior high school. dili pod ta makaingon nga sayo to sa applicant kay nagsalig raman to siya kay mo malagi gihatag sa form gikan sa DO. Unya first timer pod lagi. So he thought mao na to kay mao may gihatag. So ang nahitabo gitagaan na pod siya glaing PDF, then gipadali pa perma na sad kay aron lagi maapa. So no paperma sa principal og sa iyang PSDS since requirement man to siya sa CSC for the approved appointment. Kung ingadto ang mga scenario, my dear kumasran, diba that would require another effort samot naglayo ta sa DO kato kung kaila kay from Mabini, diba samot tagalagyo mamiliti pa ta. Usahay dili pa ta makasakop sa atong PSDS, balik-balik na sad ta sa DO. So mao to, we need to check if the PDF is sakto or correct for our position or appointment gyud di ay, no? So presence of mind jud ta dapat i-check, double check pa jud. Okay, let's proceed to letter F is the oath of office or the CS form number 32 revised 2018. Familiar kayo ni no? Kaya samot na kay i-attach ni sa halos natong i-process magpa-salary claim ta, payroll inclusion na kanunay say out of office, diba? Nagbalik jud ko unsa to ako jud gi-reminisce unsa tong mga requirements ug unsay dapat angay buhaton atong mga requirements. Okay, last we have letter G is the certification of assumption to duty or the CS form number 4 revised 2018. This kaning E to G are the forms to be signed by the school head and PSTS to our agency or the division of Bohol when any going to the CSC and of course the DepEd National Office na gyud. Kani silang mga nahabilin. So here are the following templates or samples of the common requirements para lang ma-refresh sad ta. Medyo blurry jud siya, no? Pero I know sa forma pa lang daan nakailan na ta sa mga forms. So we have the out of office, kani siya mo na itong appointment, kaning naa sa left side or right side na sa inyong makita sa inyong screen. And then the personal data sheet or the medical certificate. Okay, now we are in the rule number 11, the disapproval or invalidation and recall of approval or validation of appointments. The section 107, an appointment shall be disapproved or invalidated on the following grounds. So manitiman na nato teachers, these are the following grounds nga nganong dili ma-approved ang isa ka appointment sa appointee. So first is the appointee does not meet the qualification standards for the position. Like di siya eligible, wala siya sa RQA, and for some reasons, like the appointee has been found guilty of a crime, so naa siya sala. Letter B, the appointee has intentionally made false statement of any material fact or has practiced or attempted to practice any deception or fraud in connection with his or her appointment. Dili jud ka ma-approve, big no jud og nakay og mag-fraud ka. And letter C, the appointee has been issued invalidation of the Civil Service Commission or CSC, or different cases like the appointee has been issued validation of existing civil service law, rules and regulations, board or bar exams, gifake baro nimo ang results, murag wala sad gano ko kay ba nakailag na ay nga nino, and other civil laws. So di gyud ma-approved og naka-violate ta sa different civil service law, ilahang rules and regulation. Kay mao lagi to naa ang power, naa ang authority sa taga CSC. Okay, so watch out ta ana. Okay, for section 108, when an appointment is disapproved, invalidated, the services of the appointee shall be terminated after 15 days. So section 108, from receipt of the letter or decision disapproving or invalidating the appointment unless a motion for reconsideration or appeal is seasonably been filed. Diba? Pwede man ta mo file. So if ever na nga nga case, dili sa dali-dali ang process because we should follow the civil service law, rules and regulations. Dili sa basta-basta ma-terminate ang isa ka appointee because he or she can file a motion. Like basi na sayo prasad ang agency or same ra ba silag name or apelyido lang nganong siya mo'y napasangilan baron sa maong issue. But since this is still a big issue, dili man sad siguro basta-basta mo decision ang civil service without a thorough investigation. So og naagyud kay og na jud sila na kita or na sila na discover, 'di ba? Hadlok jud kayo ni. One time, marites ta ni ha. Magmarites ta gamay. One time, my principal shared to us that somehow I guess connected to this issue. There was a teacher who already teaching for years na, and then there was this magwang pa niya nga teacher nga same school di ay sila sa una. Pero natinga siya nga nung mas nauna pa og ka-promote tong katong nga teacher, katong bag-o nga teacher. So a commotion started until the DepEd found out that she faked all her credentials just to be promoted easily. Wala pa di ay siya ni graduate o college. So gi-fake niya yung mga credentials. So ni-exam siya, nagparang siya. So the division abihera sad og it was real kay dili man lagi pod siya dito nga province ning graduate, like sa Mindanao province siya tahay ning graduate, but dito siya sa Cebu City nagparang niya. Mao to na disapproved gyud iyahang appointment. Unya ato-ato ra din niya kay confidential, very kuan siya sensitive ni nga issue. So mo lagi na di tag mag-expect day nga na day nga na nga mga teacher usahay no. Siguro para lang sa iyahang mga dreams in life, pero at the end of the day ikaw ra gihapon ang laot kay dili man ka true to yourself, dili ka true sa service, or di ka true sa imuhang credentials. No. Okay. For section 11, section 109, if the appointment, regardless of the status, is disapproved or invalidated on grounds which do not constitute a violation of the pertinent law. So, if the appointment, regardless of the status di ay, naa pa ni siya'y sumpay, ano na-apply taas kayo, nga ni, it's stated here, which do not constitute a violation or of pertinent laws as provided on item F, section 107 of this rule. The same is considered effective until the disapproval or invalidation is affirmed by the CSC-RO or the Civil Service Commission Regional Office or the Commission. So this means that if ever na appointment nga ma-disapprove or ma-invalidate kung wala pa'y confirmation from the CSC nga disapprove na siya, consider gihapon nga iyaha ang appointment. Meaning, pwede gihapon siya makapadayon sa service or sa serbisyo hangtod dili pa moabot ang affirmation sa CSC nga disapprove na iyang appointment. So kung wala pa, gora pwede pa ka makapahimus kay nag-process pa gihapon ang CSC ana. Moving on to section 110, the appointing officer shall be personally liable for the salary of an appointee paid. So after the CSC finally disapproved the appointment, kadtong remaining days nga iyang nadutihan nga wala pa ma-disapprove ang appointment sa appointee, he or she is entitled to his or her salary kay iya man tong naserbisyuhan. So sa DepEd, ang DO mo ay mukwinta sa iyahang remaining service rendered apil kadtong nahibaw-an na nga ma-disapprove na siya, pero tungod kay wala pa'y final verdict ang CSC, swelduhan gihapon siya adto. So maswelduhan gihapon, no? For section 111, an employee whose promotional appointment is disapproved shall be reverted to his or her former position. Dili ni siya ma-demote or dili demotion. Instead, mabalik ra siya sa iyang latest or most recent nga position. Another case I heard, maritis gyud taan dapita. Murag this is a case from Division of Bohol, pero mild raman sad ni siya. Dili lang jud lagita tungod kay dili lang jud perfect no naa jud mga lapses usahay. There was a secondary teacher pod nga nagpa-promote from T1 to T3. Karon while nag-process na siya sa iyahang reclass, dito na sa nahibaw-an nga iyang item di ay is not secondary, it's elementary. So ang nahitabo, gikinahanglan siyang ibalik sa iyang original nga appointment, which is elementary. Luckily, na ay vacant nga position sa elementary. So nasudjud siya dito sa elementary. But years passed, nagparang rasad siya balik sa high school. Kay high school man jud siya ning graduate. Unya, after nagamit rasad niya tong requirements for pari-class or par T3 niya. Ug na teacher 3 ra jud pod siya, di ba? Congrats niya. But the experience is is an example nga kung ma-disapprove ang imong promotion, ibalik ra ka kung asa gyud ka dapat. Like, gikan man siya T1, so T1 gyud siya. Anyways, when time pass, pwede raman sad ka mo balik. Mao lagi to og pa-promote. Yes. Okay, we have section 112. All appointments issued after an election up to June 30 is or by outgoing elective appointing officer shall be disapproved. Especially katong last election no na ay election ban. So dili ma-approve ang tanang appointment unless nauna og pagawas ang civil service regarding the election ban. Mao bitaw ng uban paningkamutan nga makaapas before the election ban. Nya sa dili na jud maapas, what yun kanus ang ma-approve ang mong appointment. Nabay naka-experience og ngani? Murag familiar gud nis mga newly hired teachers to kay naabtan ba sila atong mga election ban kay nabay election this year. So dapat aware sa taan na no. Ibis ka excited na ta trabaho, excited na ta maka first day of service niya tungod kay dili pa man ma-approve unless dili pa sa June 30. So wala gyud tay mahems. Paabot, so di ba? Patience is the key. Patience is a virtue jud ay. So this statement is taken from section 105 which states that if nag-appoint ang appointing officer whether temporary, casual or substitute unya na pending kay naabtan og election ban, dapat mahibaw ang CSC prior the election ban kay kung dili i-disapprove to ang appointment sa CSC. So such authority shall be granted on the basis of validated need to fill the positions immediately in order not to prejudice public service and or endanger public safety. So here is the last section for rule number 11, the section 116. Notwithstanding the initial approval or validation of an appointment the same way he recalled by the CSC-RO regional office concerned or by the commission on any of the following. So non-compliance with the procedures or criteria provided in the CSC approved agency merit selection plan. Letter B is failure to pass through the agency or sa agency sa CSC, the Human Resource Merit Promotion and Selection Board or the HRMPSB. And the letter C, violation of existing civil service law, rules, and regulations. So dapat mo follow taan no para of course ma-approve ang atuang appointment. So the next part of this omnibus rules is the provisions which I think dili na nako itakol kay mo nay topic sa next nga reporter. And then before I end my report, this is the points to remember. Celebrate what you've accomplished, but raise the bar a little higher each time you succeed. It is by Mia Hamm. So it simply means that in every little or big success we accomplished, we should not be boastful, we should remain humble, and celebrate it with full of happiness because it will give us an amazing feeling that acknowledging our efforts and sacrifices can make us or will make us who we are today. So, ma-promote ta pohon or maka-appointment ta, di ba? Di ba ika nga let the success be your noise. So, mo to siya. And here are my references. And thank you for listening. And once again, this is Rina Bibernas saying live your life with worth. Good day again, everyone.